Hey, what is going on, everyone? Crafty's in the house giving you another update. We are checking in with Castles, the NFT game. So let's do it. The first screen we're looking at is the current drop on Neftyblocks. And right now it's the Dark Pact pack. And you can see there's already been 60 of them out of the 100 sold. Or I should say 40 out of the 100. There's only 60 left. What do you get? Well, here's the cost. What you get in this pack is the unique Baron, the corrupted Baron. You get a Monster Wrangler, and you get 5 redeemable tokens. This is already active. This is the only place you get the corrupted Baron. And this shows you again what the pack contains. And you can see there's another drop going on where you can get these monsters for $5. The wolf version sold out. I think the wax ones are left. So, later on we're going to get into the last 2 blogs that Castles has released covering the monsters leashed and the current changes coming on. It's exciting, guys. I've just been getting into this over the last month or so. I played back in the day when you had the free-to-play Apex Conquest crossover, and was getting those free packs and the free Squire. So I still have a bunch of bread and wine and all that good stuff. And I'll let you know when that's going, that free-to-play, because that's fun as well. But getting into the main thing, they went into the dungeon expansion, which I covered in my last video, and this is more connected with that. So the other thing is they're going to have another game that you can play where you don't need any of these assets. And there'll be more on that development later on down the road. But that's pretty cool. This is what's going on now. The old is going to get transformed into the new. And what's cool about this pack drop for me is you're going to go into these raffles to get some woof. If you have any of the corrupted barons or the Monster Redeemable tokens, I believe. This is something to pay attention to as well, and we'll cover that when I go over the other documents, the latest mediums, basically. But what's going to happen is, just for having a Monster Wrangler, you're going to get something airdropped in a week or so, and then things will get dropped in the future as well, which is another reason why I'm dropping this video today. So, more on that to come, gang. And next we're going to talk about the Monsters Leashed Medium article. Okay, so jumping right into the article, this was dropped on the 11th of April, and this is basically highlighting the fact that the Dark Pact is made and the pack drop is not. So let's scroll right down through it. You can see what's going on. This is the newest expansion for Castles. Coming soon, very soon. So here's some brief info. There's the Monster Wrangler, that's the first one. There will be other versions, more on that later. And you can see here we've got some changes. These are some updates that are going to happen prior to the actual release of the expansion. So heroes will no longer have a cooldown to be recharged. I love that. You can see they're going to be able to be staked with a full set of equipment matching their rarity to be placed into the lending pool for new players to borrow and use. What? Alright, so inactive heroes of your own, you can stake them, and I like that. They're also going to have a free-to-play version, Gladiators. That's going to be new. We're going to be able to fight those monsters in the Coliseum to power up and earn rewards for you and the patrons. Cool. Seasonal play. It's going to be like the old slaying events. We always like those seasonal challenges with the rewards for players that are playing the game, right? So I'll be looking forward to see what that structure is going to be when they release it. And then more about the expansion. You know, these monsters are taking over in the castle, so we got to get monsters to fight back. So with this expansion, you're going to be able to do just that. Tame the monsters, train the monsters, and get them to fight each other. I think it's a good addition. You know, think of it as like you've got henchmen rolling with you now, like in the old Dungeons and Dragons days. Yeah, Crafty. But it's pretty cool because with these changes, you know, these monsters are going to have stats. They're going to be randomly applied once they're minted, right? So you're not going to know until you actually do the mint. So even if it's the same type of monster, the stats are going to be the difference. And then you're also going to be able to, you know, level up, increase the abilities with the monsters depending on how you play them. And going down the bullets here, you can see the passive traits that modify their base behavior based on the base monster. And then this is awesome, another blending ability, right? You're going to be able to blend to create different types of monsters. And a lot of them are unattainable except through fusion. So yeah, the monsters will be unobtainable except through fusion. And what's cool with that is the abilities and statistics can be passed on to the resulting monsters, so creating the mightiest monster is going to require some effort. You're going to have to keep Frankenstein working at it and see what you get. And I'm not really sure what this means. I guess it means that when you actually mint that, the NFT is going to show you some unique graphics. So that's going to be kind of neat to see what kind of creations they blend up and then turn it into visually on your NFT. I like how they're looking at community goals here for expansion. And, you know, the more people you get into the game playing, the more chances of success, right? So let's go. Here's that graphic. Old monsters, new monsters, hybrids. We don't know. You need a Wrangler to make it happen. And that's where this drop comes in. In addition, you have those redemption token drops we were talking about earlier. Now for the Dark Pact Monster Pack. I don't know if this is still active, but at the start you had to have a castle or a baron. So hopefully you have one of those. And then within that pack, we went over it earlier, this is what you get. So, looking at the game, looking at the roadmap of the monsters leashed, they're kind of giving you a little idea of what they want to do. So these upgrades with the monsters is going to be pretty cool. And then the next goal to try to go cross-chain. I guess that's what they mean by the stretch. The stretch. And I like this edition if they can make that happen. You know, they have that ability for players to come in and play without having to buy anything. And just check the game out and say, hey, stop by, check the game out. If you like it, check us out to learn more. We have some friends that are big fans in other games that do the blockchain crossovers and do events with other games and NFTs to create little crossover community events. And so we'll be checking in with you guys on that later, actually. Castles NFT. Crafty going up chat at you. So, and then the third thing is to have an auto battler app. What's that mean, really? It's like a PvP arena battle type thing. That'd be pretty cool. See if we can make that happen. But anyway, that's the first release. And we'll go on to the next one. All right, gang, you still with me? Cool. Let's get into it. Let's get into the second article, which is castles, events, monsters, and more. We in the right place? It looks like it. Let's continue. Now, there's a lot going on. We're in May, and there's more coming in June. So let's get to the updates. This wealth burn is going on, and I didn't really do too much with it because I don't have a lot of the old NFTs. But there's another event going on with the burning. And so this is what you need. The 5K wealth NFT to activate the blend. And here is a list of the potential outcomes. There's a lot of good stuff there. It's a lot of wealth points. And what's really cool is, they're just looking to find creative ways to get rid of a bunch of these gaming NFTs that it's, the game's been going for a few now, and it's a nice way to get rid of them and then upgrade them with this new addition to the game, being the Monsters Leashed, right? So, interesting to see how many people take advantage of these nifty burn options and blends while they're still available. Now, like I mentioned earlier, this is what you want to pay attention to. If you have the Monster Wrangler, you're going to get something dropped to you in May and June. Let's get into it. Right here. May 28th, guys. That's the first airdrop. Doppelgangers. You'll understand why. And there it is. They're going to snapshot who has NFTs, these Monster Wrangler Caldors, and everyone that has one is going to get another one. So do me a favor and double it. Right? So it's pretty cool. Make sure you get a pack if you want to before this date. Make sure you have a Wrangler. And then the next airdrop, coming in June, you're going to get the second Monster Wrangler, and that's Luna. What? Yeah. So if you've got the Caldor, you get Luna. And she's going to function pretty much like he does as a Monster Wrangler. But she'll look better. And then looking at this, there's going to be a drop for Luna later to select a look of her Monster Wrangler Crafter NFT. That's cool. So, more details are going to come along with the next release in the blog that they do, which will probably be in a week or so. But getting more into the remainder of this article, check out some of these additional details. Right here, you're going to be able to use your monsters to basically run errands. So you're going to get them to harvest some M source, hunt other monsters for experience, track and capture monsters. So there's going to be a lot of cool things that you can do on the daily cooldown action with these monsters. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It's just basically like they're going on missions. We're familiar with going on missions and we love it. So the monsters leashed will primarily use the M-Source token for the gameplay. So again, it's all about use case. And so that's a whole new use case, and it's going to generate a nice supply of the M-Source tokens, right? So Monster Fusion, apparently that's going to use the M-Source. And I like how when they're doing these fusions, they actually are burning the other NFTs. So you don't get them back. You get a new monster. So that's pretty cool. And then we had mentioned earlier about the cross chains. And I'm a big fan of crossing over here. Wax, Beta, and Base. Those are my favorite. We mentioned they'll try to do that and have that active crossover gameplay. Those PvPs are really fun, guys. I enjoy it. Whether you're fighting, shooting, or flying, it's fun when you do those community events and get to battle against other peeps in your community. So I want to see what they do with it. So getting more into the monsters leashed. Oh, okay. So this is how you can actually create a tamed monster. So you get 3 monsters of the same rarity. You pay your Monster Wrangler's fee in T-Source. You got to get paid. And then you have a 7-day wait timer, which you're probably familiar with that if you played this game and you've done other crafting options where it takes a little while to make it happen. Yeah, and then at the end of it, you claim it. And so we talked earlier about how it's a neat new way to generate these new monsters, and it's going to be interesting to see what they look like. Yeah. All right, that's it, guys, and thanks for hanging in with Crafty. Like, share, subscribe, blow this up, listen to it again. Hope it was helpful for you. I will have the links below to these 2 articles we reviewed. I'll also drop a link to Neftyblocks and their Castles website. So other than that, guys, thanks for hanging, and I'll talk to you soon.
Rolling down, speeding my crypto whip. Crafty crypto, watching my flip the wrist. Blockchain champion, I'm making flips. Crypto game strong, I'm stacking in chips. Got the West Coast beat, cruising in the sun. With Crafty's crypto watch, I'm having so much fun. Checking out the market, seeing what's hot. Crypto was my playground, that's all I got.